it's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
Good evening to the North London Derby match reaction on the Arsenal Lounge. I've been waiting for someone in particular who seems to be avoiding me right now. Elena Nicola, if you can hear me, where are you? Apparently you got problems with the computer. We're waiting for you. The guys are waiting for you. Everyone wants to ask questions. I'm sure we all want to ask questions. But anyway, Arsenal 3, the Scum 1. And what about that first half, guys? That first half had me buzzing. I was not expecting that at all. We looked like we were up for it. We looked like we knew what we were doing. Our team shape looked strong. Our midfield looked good. Obviously, I wasn't overly excited at the fact that Xhaka was brought back regardless. Pepe dropped as well. Saka, ESR, and Odegaard in that sort of three behind aubameyang seemed to work amazingly well. Partey and Xhaka did well. I would have preferred Lokonga, but then again, we can't argue. Xhaka had a good game. The defense looked solid. Tomiyasu weren't letting anyone past him. No crosses in. Aggressive at the back with White and Gabriel not giving really Harry Kane much of a sniff. It was all really good in that first half. Lots of movement, great goals. It had it all really. I'm a little bit disappointed second half we took our foot off the gas, but come on, guys. That's another 3 points, and that's 9 out of the last 3 games. And I did predict that on Monday's show, so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, this show is about you guys, yeah? Maximus, I can see you're here. There's a few people here. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably still getting a little bit tanked up. Elena's still missing. If anyone knows where she is, put out the word. Elena, come and face the facts. And I'll be interested to hear what you had to say. To be fair, she had it pretty spot on in the last show. She said they were going to set themselves up in a way. It was almost like a low block, and that was really surprising. She also said that she would have preferred Skip to start in that midfield. He went with Ali, and it was a really dire performance from Spurs. No passion, no oomph, no adventure. I mean, to Darius to do what exactly? I don't know what they were doing, but they weren't doing much in that first half. And I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. But I'm proper happy with that performance. I'm not going to lie. We really did do well. But listen, if you guys want to come in, Elena's left me hanging. She's not come to face the music. I hope she does. If you guys want to come in, I'm ready to do this now. I'm sure you guys are buzzing. So if you want me to drop a link in, I'll drop a link in and let's talk. I'll probably bring you guys one at a time. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to drop the link in here. Anyone want to come on and discuss the game? Let's discuss the game. 3 points. Nuno he just looked like he didn't have anything really, any ideas. And do you know what? For the first time, our team looked pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. I mean, who was the standout performer for you? For me, Partey was great. Gabriel was great. Saka looked good. Reguilon looked like he was having all sorts of problems. Is it Reguilon? I don't care what it is. It just sounds like some sort of, I don't know, something to make you regular for your bowels that you buy from Sainsbury's. I'm going to go and get myself some Reguilon. I don't know. But whatever it was, he weren't stopping much. He weren't doing much going the other way. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on the performances, guys. Let me know. Let's have a look at what people are saying here. I don't know. Flynn says, let's go, Lev. The usual 3 points against the Spuds. The usual. Maybe at the Emirates. Maximus Genitalia, I want to hear what you have to say. Spurs were worse than the last 2 teams we played at the bottom of the league. Horrible. He's always got something neg to say. That lad. Android phone. Just the phone just comes on to watch us. Could have been different result. 3-3. Ramsdale almost failed. The short pass, almost penalty too. Are you a Spurs fan? Almost 3-3. Come on now. I think we more than deserve that victory. Mikey Cartel says, my brother and uncle are Spurs fans and I'm a gooner. I'm loving life. You know what? Yes, Mikey, enjoy it. AB Phil says the whole team played well. Tomiyasu for me bossed it. Son was non-existent. Agree. Guys, let me know your thoughts on how you felt the game went, and what the standout performers were for you, and what are the things that stood out for you most. I mean, look, let's look at it. In that first half, it just appeared to me that for the first time I could see us actually keeping possession, on a consistent basis, and building up some pressure on Spurs. And they just looked like they wanted to sit back and pot shot us. But I mean, Harry Kane looked like he didn't want to be there. He just looked like he was not interested whatsoever. The only spark I could see was Son when he got the ball and ran at us. But in midfield, we were discussing this with Elena on the last show. It actually surprised me that when I looked at it, the midfield looked pretty weak, Spurs' midfield, and Dele Alli wasn't even worth being on the pitch. So it looked like we grabbed a hold of that first half. And what really impressed me was the movement up top and the guys actually making runs in behind and were getting in behind. So look, let's talk about it. Maximus is here. Oh, what a shocker. Maximus is the first one in. So let's see what he has to say. Maximus. Here we go, man. Here we go. Let's see what sort of gems you're going to give me today, man, to start getting the chat room all heated up. So come on, give me. Surely that was positive, no?
No, yeah, really good performance. Team played pretty well in the first half. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. You sound disappointed that we actually won.
Not at all, man. Not at all. I think we played a pretty good game. The formation was great.
Mm-hmm.
Second half was diabolical. We didn't really get a touch of the ball, but then obviously people are going to say that, well, we didn't need to be on the front foot.
I am a little bit disappointed in the second half. Not going to lie. I think if we went for them more, Maximus, I reckon there was more goals in that for us.
I actually think they would. I actually, to be fair to the manager, I think that probably was the best option, because I think if we kind of opened up, and I think Spurs would have been a little bit more committed, and they probably would have gotten a goal or two. They should have had a penalty. Ramsdale made an amazing save. So yeah, in the second half, was really disappointed with the performance. First half, I thought we were excellent. The passing and moving, like you said, was actually surprisingly pretty good. I was disappointed to see
that's what surprised me.
Xhaka in the starting lineup, but I'll be fair to him. I'm his biggest critic, but he was playing a lot of the balls through the lines and getting the ball into the pockets of space, which is what we need the midfielders to do. Obviously, I was disappointed. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Pepe. He didn't play, but the result obviously was on the positive side. So you gotta own up and say the manager made the right selection today. Just really disappointed and kind of concerned, I think, about the second half performance, because I believe a better team would punish us. Right? I think if you play like that against Brighton, they're actually going to take us to bits. But all in all, great 3 points. What can I say? I'm not gonna come here and try to be negative. It's great.
Yeah, Maximus, do you not think perhaps that what the thought behind it was, look, we're 3-0 up, they're going to have to come at us, they're going to have to open, we've got our goals, let's be honest, the goals that we got were on the counter, right? So we obviously had the pace to hurt them on the counter, and we clearly did.
But that's what concerns me. I'll tell you why. Because I think when we play against a team that doesn't overcommit and is just kind of willing to settle for 3 points, we're gonna have a problem creating an open play unless that team overcommits. And because I haven't seen us really break down a team, play some really good intricate passing, and score any goals. I think the problem with Spurs in the first half is that they were so poor that when they actually decided to commit a little bit, we were actually in full flight. In the second half, they took more control of the midfield. They kind of outnumbered us in midfield, and they obviously had control over the game. And I don't think that really has too much to do with the fact that we were just like, oh, you know what, we're gonna sit back and concede. Like the fact that we're in a winning position.
So you think that Spurs took control of that?
Yeah. If you look at it, they outnumbered us. If you look at it tactically, they outnumbered us in midfield. I
think a lot to do with that, Maximus, is we did drop a little bit further back though. If you looked in the first half, we were playing the high press, and we dominated possession in the first half. Second half, I think we deliberately sat back. I don't think Spurs took over and dominated because they suddenly changed the way they played or they were better in a certain way. I just think we sat back an extra yard or two. We invited it. Whether or not that was the right thing to do, that's a question, because I preferred if we carried on the way we did in the first half.
Usually it's a dangerous tactic, but I think with 3-0 up, which is why I'm saying I do give credit to the manager in that sense. When you're 3-0 up, obviously you're not gonna we had a 4-4 against Newcastle years ago, if you remember that, because we were playing stupid football, right? Like we were 4-0 up at halftime and tried to go for it in the second half still, and we ended up drawing that game. So like I said, right now I think I have to concede and say that tactically it made sense for us. It was a prudent decision to obviously sit back and kind of soak up a little bit of the pressure. But what I'm saying is I'm still seeing concerns there, because I feel if we play against better opposition, and people are going to be, overjoyed that we played Spurs, we won 3 points, we looked, like we looked like Man City in the first half. But I think if we play a better opposition, we're going to be in trouble still, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm not going to be doom and gloom today. I think
it sounds
Arsenal
it.
fans, no, I mean, you have all reasons to be happy. We won 3 points. We beat the Spuds. But like I said, I'm one of those individuals. I'm long term in terms of my vision, right? Like I know we're so far back. I have to look at things from what's going to happen in the next game and what's going to happen against better opposition. And then ultimately, we don't want to be in a position where we're so happy. We won 3 points against the Spuds, and then in the next 2-3 games, we're just seeing elements of the first couple of games, and we're losing 2-3 games on a trot again. We're just kind of back in that same position. It's like the same thing happened last season. Won a couple of games, we were happy. Then come November, we were all disappointed again. But great 3 points. Can't say a faulty word about any of the players today. They were great.
Right. Let me just, I don't know what this super chat is all about by Mr. Alternator. He's basically letting us know for some sort of dollars, I think it's Australian dollars. Hey guys, I just sat in the Arby's bathroom feeling pretty good. Mr. Alternator, whatever floats your boat, mate. Just don't do it in mine. So let's see what else others have to say. So I'm going to have Harry in here, and we've got Abdul in here as well. So Maximus, I'm going to leave you in, but give these guys a chance to talk, yeah? Right? So
yeah, sure, man.
Harry,
Hi.
Harry, you've heard what Maximus has had to say. Abdul, you've heard what Maximus has had to say. Harry, I'll let you come in first. What do you think of the performance? Are you happy? Maximus is still a little bit sort of erring on the cautious side. But I mean, 3 points today against the scum. Thoughts?
Thank you so much, guys. To be honest, I'm very happy. Arsenal has just won a match, and we are now 9 points, and we are above Spurs. That's the most important thing. One of the most happiest time. Like what Maximus has said is correct. Against the second half, when we play against a better team, it is going to be very dangerous. But I think we can rely on the defenders that we have now. Thanks to Tomiyasu, Gabriel, they were fantastic.
Yep,
we just need all these 4 guys to be fit, and Ramsdale, he is just another level, man. People are starting to love him.
Don't you just love his passion and the fact that the way he celebrates with the defenders when they do something good, and he gives them a boost, and they want to do it for him. I think it's great. I love watching the lad.
Yeah. So I think slowly in Arsenal Football Club, it's been starting to build. And Ramsdale, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu, and White is going to be a great addition. They just need, since we have no Europa League and Champions League football, we still have more time to train and get the best out of the players. And we hope we can go to Brighton next week and win, because I'm very sure Brighton is not an easy game, but we can win if we play properly.
Brilliant. Thank you, Harry. Abdul, you've heard what the lads have had to say. Maximus a little bit cautious. Harry a little bit happier than Maximus. What's your thoughts on today's game, Abdul? And where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm locating London, Ontario, Canada, but originally from Palestine. So
big up, my brother. So
regarding the game, I was pretty upset how we first started the game.
You was upset how we started the game?
Yeah, because I was like, this is going to be another where we're just going to keep attacking, and then we're not going to end up scoring. When we got the first goal.
You were upset that we were attacking?
No, I wasn't upset. I'm like, it didn't feel like we were at some point.
You was expecting a sucker punch.
Yeah, like I was like, it's just like kind of like Burnley, where we just kind of like scored like a free kick, and then we just kind of like defended for the whole game.
Yeah.
And I think that wouldn't have worked against Spurs, because as you saw at the end there, they managed to score 1 goal towards like the end of the game. So I felt like that wouldn't have worked against Spurs. So that's why I was kind of worried. But then when I saw a little bit like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, and I'm like, we're pretty much in control here. Like there's no threat from Spurs, which was surprising. I thought it would have been more scary, but I was kind of like happy. And then when we got the first goal, I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, what? Was it an offside? Is it gonna get cancelled?
Yeah,
But
we were expecting something to go wrong. I mean, what
right?
was one of the goals when Ramsdale sold Xhaka a bit short on the pass and he turned on it and managed to keep the ball. I was expecting him to pull that one back and say that was a foul on Højbjerg and cancel
Right?
that one out. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I was waiting for a call there to like cancel our goal, but thank God it didn't happen. And then after our first goal, I'm like, damn, like we're killing these guys, right? Because like we're totally like outplaying them. My boy Tomiyasu is, I love this guy.
Everyone's won over by Tomiyasu really quick. Ramsdale and Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
The fans have taken to both of them really quickly, no?
I'll be honest, I was kind of like Team Leno for a bit, but then Ramsdale's kind of winning me over because I like how because I always thought that Leno was kind of distant between him and the defenders. Like, he never really had that communication going, but Ramsdale does, which is what I like. And he kind of hypes them up, keeps them motivated in the game. And I think that's kind of that's kind of what Martinez was doing when, like, before he left us, he was keeping everyone hyped up in defense. So I think Ramsdale's kind of doing the same thing, which is exactly what we need. I just love that, like, Gabriel, Kieran, Tierney, Tomiyasu, Ben White is a little bit still iffy for me, but today he was pretty good.
Come on, he had a good game today. Do you know what I like about our two centre backs? Aggressive.
Yeah, and the thing is that I feel like those four are kind of like they're holding the defensive backline pretty well. Like, it was really hard for Spurs to score. I think that towards the end, the reason they ended up scoring that last goal is because we ran out of gas towards the end.
I don't
and
think
we were up by 3 anyways.
I'm not having that.
Well, hold on. Well, Maximus is not agreeing. So guys in the chat, let us know your thoughts. If anyone wants to come in, I'm going to drop this in here. Maximus can be guaranteed to disagree with somebody.
No. I'm not being rude. I just think...
No, you're not being rude. I didn't say you was being rude, bro. No, you're not being rude. But you have your own opinions and you're strong with it. So you don't feel... I mean, Abdul feels that, the goal that came, it came because we were sitting back a little bit. We kind of sort of we were getting a bit tired. You disagree with that?
Yeah, I think if you look at the goal, right, like Moura was obviously starting to run out of defense, and that's not because we ran out of gas. It's because they weren't doing it in the first half. They weren't getting the balls in the pockets because Dele Alli wasn't exactly occupying that space. Moura decided to start running into space, and then obviously Kane was making the runs behind, behind the defense at that point. So what they started doing was doubling up on Tomiyasu, and like the gentleman before said, I think he's fantastic. I mean, I think if we had Bellerin in defense, they probably would have.
You know what I was thinking that today? I was thinking that today when I was watching.
Son would have roasted him 100%. I think, but I don't think it's because we ran out of gas. I just think it's because they were trying to penetrate a little bit more. But with regards to Leno, I'll say this: if any Arsenal fan, if you actually look at the games when Leno's in goal and he collects the ball, and we have a transition period where we can actually hit a team on the break, and he puts the ball down on the floor, and he stops and he waits for the defense to get back into position, and he just kills our counterattacks. I absolutely hate watching this guy play football. It's agonizing. I think he's a great shot stopper, but I think with regards to him, helping us transition from defense to attack quickly, I think the guy's horrible. I think he's a horrible goalkeeper from that aspect. And if you look at the games, if you actually go back and just look at games where we have a possibility of actually breaking on a team, he stops, he puts the ball down, and he waits for the defense to get back into position, and we've lost all opportunity to counter on that team. I think he's a horrible goalkeeper from that perspective. Great shot stopper, but I think there's more to the game now for goalkeepers.
Well, isn't that why we were saying on this show in particular as well that's why they were looking at Ramsdale, and it's kind of obvious now when you look at Ramsdale on the ball. All right, yes, I know he put that ball into Xhaka. He almost sold him a little bit short. However, he's confident with the ball at his feet. It's as simple as that. You can see it, and he's constantly looking for someone to give it to. Harry, you've heard what Maximus is saying with regards to Leno. Okay, Ramsdale looks like the stronger goalie. I personally think we sat back, and I think if we went for them a little bit more, we could have got a couple more if we carried on playing in the same vein. Personally, myself, I don't think I do think it's a lot more to do with the fact that we sat back and gave Spurs that space. What do you think, Harry?
To be honest, personally, I think that Spurs' goal, because of Xhaka, was down, and then the whole team was focused on that. That's where the team got switched off a bit when Son scored. Even I'm telling you, when the Son hit the ball, Ramsdale saved the ball, but the ball went into the net. So it was an unacceptable goal. But thanks to Tomiyasu once again being an Asian, I'm telling you, Tomiyasu was a better Asian in the game today compared to Son. So
do you know what? Isn't it mad that we've been used to Bellerin all this time, and when you see Tomiyasu and you look at it, you just think, what were we doing? What were we doing? This guy he don't. How much did Reguilon get out of Tomiyasu? Not much.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Couldn't get past him.
Like, you know, they were trying everything. And then what I heard about his stats before the game, he'd won 10 out of 11 aerial duels that he's had. And these are sort of things that we've been weak on for ages. So, I mean, when you look at it now, it's starting to look like it makes sense. The team at the back is starting to look like it makes sense. Having Partey screening in front with either xhaka or Lokonga makes sense. What he's doing with the three with Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard and Saka makes sense, because they can interchange, and there's a lot of, you know, there's a potential there for a lot of movement off the ball and one-touch football. And then Aubameyang looks like he's got a rocket up his arse now, because he looks like he's actually feeling the people behind him are going to give him service, and he's moving and he's making runs in behind the box. And I've never seen him win so many headers. I don't know what that was about either. Abdul, I'll give you this last crack, and then we'll have to let Nizam in because he's waiting nicely. So, Abdul, what's your thoughts in regards to the performances? The team look like it makes sense. Who's your standout performers?
Yeah, so I remember that one time where Shaheen mentioned who is the player that you're. Oops.
Nice ringtone.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I remember Shaheen at some point was asking who's the player you're most psyched about that like joined the team recently. For me, that's the first game I saw Tomiyasu play. I was like, this guy was the missing puzzle that we needed. As soon as I saw his first game, I'm like, this guy is what we need at the back. He's gonna basically just that, because Bellerin was like, man, he was just awful. Like defensively, the guy was awful, and this guy just he's like a wall, man. Like he doesn't. If someone goes past him, like this guy is running after him until he gets him. He's not gonna let him like take a free pass or just like, I don't know, man. He's solid, man. The guy is insane. He doesn't stop running the entire game. He keeps running. He doesn't give up. He's a beast, and I think he was the missing puzzle that we needed. I know everyone was like focusing on like midfield and everything. And I was like, we need to change Bellerin, because like most of our goals, like a lot of them, like people end up just running through Bellerin, opening it up for the defense ends up being opened up, and like that was just, I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky. Like
exciting times.
Just that piece that kind of stops that from happening.
Yeah.
That's why even today to score one goal, they had to they worked their asses off to get that one goal. Like they worked really hard for that one goal, man. Like this is really hard, and that didn't used to happen.
This is what we wanted. We wanted it to be harder for teams. So, guys, I'm gonna have to let you go make some substitutions. I've got 3 guys waiting in the chat. Sure. So, Abdul and Harry,
guys. Thank you,
coming on, man. And come on, you Gunners. Yeah, great game today.
Yes.
Take care, boys.
What do you think of Tottenham? Shit.
Come on. Yes. Right. So next we've got Nizam and we've got Phil. So let's go with Nizam first. Nizam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good
and hold
evening,
on,
guys.
Maximus, hold tight, yeah? I'm going to bring you back at some point, but I'm going to bring Goon in as well, yeah?
Sure, man.
So sit tight, yeah? Goon, you can come in as well, bro. You're smiling happily. So, Nizam, hit me, bro. What did you think of the game today, and what stood out for you?
Yeah, well, good evening, Liv. Good evening to
brother.
All the other guys. That was a wonderful win. As always, Arsenal supporters will be on cloud 9. And besides even the win is what we were looking for, the performance from every player, Ramsdale right through until Aubameyang. Everyone did their job. I remember our last conversation a couple of weeks ago. I told you, let's look. I also feel aggrieved when Arsenal's losing, but I felt we just needed to give a bit of time to Arteta. Not saying that he's going to be the manager we need or the manager that's going to save us, but he has his squad now, a fully fit squad. He has players in the position. Let's see how far we can go. And at the moment, we've been performing. Look, Ramsdale, many supporters were his shirt. He's played in teams that have been relegated 2 seasons in a row. For me, I'm quite happy with him. He's commanding. He's young. The defense ahead of him are comfortable with him. I'm happy with the back five.
Okay, so you're
Spot in
happy
the
with the
middle.
back five as it is, yeah?
I'm totally happy with it. Tomiyasu, I've seen when we signed him, I immediately YouTube. I saw in the Italian league when Ronaldo was still there. He kept Ronaldo quiet in the game that Ronaldo played with Juventus against him.
Okay.
He was all over Ronaldo.
Wow.
So for me, look, the players that they've signed, I think it's pretty decent. And look, they can only go up from here.
Okay.
Look how they're performing. So long as Partey's fit, Xhaka, when they comes in and out of the team, Xhaka needs to perform. When he's in, he needs to perform. So long as Partey's there. Lukonga, we know he's going to perform because he wants to have a starting berth.
Okay, AB, let's let some others have their points as well.
Okay,
Phil,
sorry.
AB, that's all right. That's don't be silly. AB, Phil, can you hear me? Phil.
Yes, I can. Hi,
Okay.
Lev. How are you?
Where you calling from, Phil?
Hey, brother, I'm calling from Bangalore, India.
Wow, I love that. This is global. We're international. Talk to me. What did you think of the game today, man?
I loved
Come
over
on.
here.
We're all happy about the North London derby all over the world today. So talk to me. What stood out for you and what was the difference today?
The game was overall perfect. We are all happy. The Gooners all over the globe are happy. The biggest question I had, when Arteta took over, we all had that question whether the players are playing for him. The results were down, and the fans' opinions were down. The emotions were down. Nothing was going us. Nothing was going on our way. I think that got answered today.
Okay, so you think that this proves that the players are playing for him? He still has the
I
players.
believe so. I have been the biggest supporter of Aubameyang since the day he joined. And today I don't know what changed him or what motivated him. Maybe Thierry Henry being at the stadium, but they all proved that they want to play for the manager, they want to play for the badge, they want to play for the club, and
Okay.
and
Okay, listen, AB, Goon, thank you for saying that, AB. Listen, so you're basically, so Nissam's happy with the performance, said it was a near perfect performance for him. AB is saying that this proves actually for him that the players are still with Arteta. Goon, you've heard what the other two have had to say. What's your thoughts, bro? And I've got three others waiting, so let's keep this moving. What are your thoughts, bro? Goon, where are you calling from first, brother?
I'm calling from Winchester,
Winchester.
in England.
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. I think there's some lots of positive stuff happening at Arsenal. The competition in the team. There's lots of players that want to get into this team right now. They're fighting to get into this team. That's something I wanted for a long time. I didn't want any players that were just given the position. And I'm seeing that right now. I'm seeing competition in the team.
Right.
And that's something I really badly wanted. And now I feel like there are players waiting on the bench to be part of this progression that we're going through right now. And I'm quite happy with that. And Aubameyang, I have to say, his attitude's been up and down like a roller coaster. Last week at Burnley, it was quite poor as a captain and throwing his arms around, blaming all the little kids. And now today, I saw that he actually fought for the ball. He won lots of balls, and he was really involved. And I hope that carries on because that's really important. Happy Aubameyang is really important for us.
Yeah, agreed.
And I really need that to continue. But we are going places. It sometimes feels like we're going one step forward, two back, and then another forward. But the last three games, you can't really fault the manager, the players, the commitment. So there's lots to sort of be positive about at the minute.
Well, I mean, he did say, "Wait and judge me when I get the team back." Now, obviously, we've here at Arsenal Lounge, we've been saying, "Listen, we think that someone better manager will get more out of him." This is a man who's learning on the job. We knew that, but look, if he turns it round, we're gonna back him. We are Arsenal fans first and foremost. If he's getting the results and he's doing what we're supposed to, he's supposed to be doing, then we will get behind him. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for your comments. I'm going to bring in another free goon. Thank you from Winchester, Nizam. Thank you from where you are, and AB. Thank you from where you are, brothers. Let's celebrate the win today, guys. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, the rest of your weekend. Let's get some more guys in. So I'm going to bring in James. I'm going to bring in Mohammed, and I'm going to bring in Wayne Sage. You get to see him finally in person, the famous Wayne Sage.
Hello.
So how you doing, guys? James Haddon, it's my Trinidadian brother, isn't it? I think it is. Anyway, yeah, man. And Mohammed, you're Palestinian, right? But you're in Egypt. Is that right?
Yeah.
You see, don't tell me I don't know who these guys are. So I will start off with Wayne first. Wayne.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming,
guys,
bro. You're a big supporter of the show, and we've got big respect for you. Let's hear your views, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for having me on the show. And definitely a big supporter.
Pleasure.
I enjoy watching you guys all the time.
Thank you, bro.
Most of the time, I'd love to come on the show, but I'm at work when you guys are, live.
Good to have you on today, man. We got you on today, live and clear, man.
Thank you. No, today was awesome. Today was what the Arsenal I expected to see throughout the season when Arteta got his team. There's been a lot of negativity surrounding Arsenal in the last, I'd say, 4 games probably, and that's because we haven't seen Arteta's team. The first 3 games we never had a full squad. If you remember Brentford, we didn't even have Lacazette or Aubameyang on the pitch.
Yeah,
they weren't even in the squad. So until we saw that full squad that Arteta wanted, we were not going to see the Arsenal we wanted or the Arsenal that I had expected to see. And we saw that today. We saw the players not just playing for the manager, but playing for the fans. They had a full stadium. They were playing for the fans. They knew how important this game is to the Arsenal community, and they played their hearts out, and they got the result that we wanted.
That's true. I mean, look, you can't knock their effort today. The question is, guys, is this green shoots moving forward, or was Spurs just that bad? I'll take this over to James as well. James, you've heard what the guys say. You've heard what Wayne's saying. He's almost got as good an accent as you, bro. You two will just charm the birds from the trees. But anyway, your thoughts, James?
Fucking get in. I was confident since I said 3-1. I actually predicted it. And from minute 1, we fucking destroyed them. I'm happy Smith-Rowe scored. I'm happy Auba scored. I wanted him to score. I'm happy Saka scored. I mean, I wanted the clean sheet, but also at the same time, Ramsey made a hell of a save in the end of the game. But yeah, I'm fucking buzzing. Needed that 3 points. That's 3 wins in a row. Taking that.
Sick. I love that accent. I told you about this guy's accent. It's sick, isn't it? Like, it just made it sound cool. Mohammed, do you share the same sentiments as Wayne and James? Do you think this is a change moving forward, or do you think we still got to be a little bit cautious here? It doesn't prove anything yet. It's just 1 game. What's your thoughts, Mohammed?
Hi, Lev. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, brother.
We all happy. I'm glad that you still remember me from the last time.
I don't forget anybody, man.
I told you I'm a sports journalist from Palestine. Remember what I told you when we got beaten against Chelsea? The real Arsenal will start in the league after the first international break when all the team returns back. I said this to you, and we won against Norwich barely today, the biggest win. We all are happy and glad, and really, we needed this win, and we needed it more than Spurs. The players showed that today on the pitch. This win is for the fan. Arteta said this. Players' attitude, performance on the pitch today, they wanted that win at any cost. First half, complete half, we were clinical in the transition. This thing killed Spurs. We saw smith-rowe fantastic. His runs, his passing, Odegaard, his vision, Saka, Aubameyang today, I think, responded to all his critics. I know, all the fans in the last few weeks said, I prefer Lacazette to start. I said in the last few days that Arteta believes and trusts Aubameyang, that Aubameyang will return. Aubameyang needs the full team to be good, to thrive. Today, the team, his teammates were very good, concentrated. Aubameyang was fantastic. His runs, his defending duties. Today, another thing, he won today. Maybe all the duels with in the air.
I don't know what all that was about today. Today he decided he can win the ball in the air. I don't know what.
Yes. Today, all the players had the extra motivation today. All the players. We saw
had that extra oomph. Yeah.
Yes.
They did.
This win means a lot for Arteta, for the players, for the fans, the confidence between the fans and the players, and planning going forward. We beat Norwich, we beat Burnley. Okay, it's okay, but we needed a big win. A big win in the derby means a lot. Today, none of the players were bad. All the players were good. Defensively, we were very good. Ramsdale, I think.
You like Ramsdale?
I think Ramsdale, it's the save of the season until now. The save that one's on the bar. I think.
Right, Mohammed, I've got others waiting. Yeah, so let me
just
go on quickly.
Yes, just 2 minutes. In the second half, I think we dropped a lot. It's I think somewhat normal, because in the first half we gave a lot of runs of concentration, but I was a little afraid that Tottenham could score early. Thanks God they scored late in the 80 minutes. But I think in the second half we were
Mohammed, I'm gonna have to move you on, brother. I'm gonna have to move you on because I've got people waiting.
The counter attack. Yes, Liv.
Yeah.
I will end it here. On the counter attack, if we were concentrated a lot, we could score the fourth goal or the fifth goal. Today, we're all happy. I'm happy to be with you. I always wanted to be with you. Even last time when you were with Mo and others, it's a good thing to be with you. I appreciate your work. I'm happy. You are happy. Inshallah, I will see you.
Inshallah. I appreciate you too, bro. And the only reason I rush you is just to give everybody else a chance, not because I don't appreciate you or your opinions. So, guys, very quickly before I let you go, Wayne, James, who was your pick of the match for you from Arsenal's point of view?
Well, I can say is that's a tough one.
Man, that's why I asked you, Wayne. You always got good opinions, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, they all played really, really well, but I think for me it had to be smith-rowe. Because
there's a lot of hype about Saka. I think Smith-Rowe's being slept on a little bit. Personally, definitely. I think he's the technically more gifted player as a well-rounded footballer, and there's still a lot more to come from him.
Yeah, and I think he was involved in everything today. He was active. He was all over the pitch. He was, collecting passes in the right positions and making the right passes and runs. He was involved, and just that getting that goal is just so important for a young player like him. It's just good. I think he's just going to go. He has so much more to prove and give us in the future. I think he's going to be really great.
All right, I'm going to bring some more guys in. Mohammed, take care. James, do you say the same sentiments as Wayne, who was your player? I'm going to bring in a couple of others as well. Arsenal, God, and Brandon. We're going 5.
Thanks for having me, Lev. Thanks for having me.
That's all right, brother. Who was your player, did you say, by the way, bro?
Emil Smith-Rowe, the Croydon De Bruyne.
The Croydon De Bruyne. I love
this, bro. Big up fellow West Indian. We think on the same levels.
You know that. Guys, listen, respect for having you both on. Wayne, I respect you, man. You're always on this show, and you're welcome on any time, brother. Yeah, so
man. Thanks a lot.
Anytime you want. Thank you, bro. Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Brandon and Arsenal God in the house. Look at Brandon. He's still sporting this new hairdo. Is this a lucky omen hairdo, bro? Since you've had this haircut, have we lost? I don't think we have we?
Yeah, we have.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
You couldn't let me believe that. You couldn't let me believe that for a minute. But come on, you're smiling, bro. That's a good thing. Talk to me. What did you think of today's game?
Yeah. I mean, the performance, especially in that first half, excellent. Excellent performance. But Lev, you know I'm a realist. I'm going to be real with it.
There's always something with you, bro. What is it? What is it you didn't like?
It leaves a lot of question marks for me, Lev, because...
In what sense?
Why can we perform like that against Tottenham, but we can't perform like that against other teams? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
when was the last time we had this team, though, Brandon? Like, fully?
No, I completely agree, Lev, but Tottenham haven't beaten us at the Emirates since 2010. So to me, that's a bog standard win against Tottenham at the Emirates. You know, we do it every single year. The question mark is now, can we build on that? You know, like I see a lot from these players, especially the players that have been here for a while, that they seem to be able to get up for the occasion against Tottenham, but can they get up for the occasion against the smaller teams? And I've gone dark here. Hang on a minute, mate. You know what I mean? There's a lot of question marks, you know.
Yeah, but hold on. We've won the last 3 games, Brandon. You can't, like, it's Norwich, Burnley, and Spurs. Yeah, so I mean, you can argue that it's not just against Spurs. We grinded out 2 results. Let's be very frank and honest. We did grind them out, but I don't care that we grind out results. I actually like to see us grind out a result. It's been ages since I've seen us grind out a result. This is the first time I've seen us actually dominate in a long time. In the first half, in particular, we did drop back. I still believe a lot of it was for us dropping back to pot shot them on the counter in the second half. I don't think if we had carried on in the same vein, I think we could have continued to dominate that midfield. I don't really rate their midfield, and Ndombele was non-existent. Alli was non-existent. You know, I don't think they stood a chance in midfield. But I hear what you're saying. Though you're being cautious. I'm guessing. Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. You know, of course, you can't forget about the 2 results previously. We grinded the results out, but we're Arsenal Football Club. We're expected to beat Burnley. We're expected to beat Norwich. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, while I agree with you, you know, it's not just Tottenham. Every season we see this. Every single season, Arsenal beat Tottenham at the Emirates. It's a fact, you know. But the question is, can we build on that now? Can we start seeing this team play like that on a regular basis? Because let's be honest, that's what we want to see. I mean, one of the biggest main issues that I've had with Mikel Arteta since he's been manager is when we're winning games and we get the first goal, he's always, you know, going reserved. After we get the first goal, he's like, sit back, hold on, you know, sort of thing. And I didn't see that today from him. I see us doing what Arsenal should be doing, which is getting the first, getting the second, getting the third, and then you're in more of a comfortable position to sit back, you know, hit on the counter attack, that sort of thing. I think
it's because it's our greatest rival.
Go on, Arsenal God. You heard what? I'll bring you in now, bro. You brought yourself in. I love that.
I was going to say it's because it's our biggest rival. Then, in the sense that obviously they're up the road from us. Yeah, and I think it's kind of easy for the players to get up and do that, and it's easy for things. And I would agree with Brendan in some of his points because we have to kind of be cautious because I mean we only just got over the line against Norwich, and against Burnley we scored a free kick, and that's how we won the game. Today I'm happy. I'm buzzing. I ain't gonna lie. This is going to give me a good week. You know,
are we not expecting a bit much, guys? Like, let me just. I'm only playing devil's advocate, right? And when I say a bit much, let's be honest. We're Arsenal fans here, so we've seen some amazing times, so we've got something to refer to, and expect. But it was only yesterday. Man United lost. Do you know what I mean? You weren't expecting them to lose. Teams are losing. Teams are getting beat by the lesser teams. I think this will happen a lot this season, no?
But Manchester United is because of the manager.
You could argue this is because of the manager too, you know. That's what a lot of the fan base has been saying. That a lot of this is down to Mikel Arteta.
But this is the thing about it. Who in the Premier League has appointed a manager that has no experience?
Well, you can argue that we've appointed lots of people that have got no experience in our sort of camp. I mean, Edu, he's inexperienced. Vinay what was Vinay? He was doing the Olympics before. He wasn't really football related, from what I gather. You can argue that there's been a lot of appointments that have been questionable via the Conkeys if you're going to go that route. But I mean,
you could do. And it's a fair point. And this is and what that says is that our owners don't know about soccer, but to me, even bearing that, they don't pick the team, they don't do the tactics, and to me, I think Arteta should have been having us in a higher position where we finished. Do
you think a better manager would get more out of this squad, Arsenal God?
Yes, I do. 100%.
You do. So even though, so like everyone in this chat here,
I'm not
right?
going to get carried away with. We won 3-0. I'm happy, but
3-1, by the way.
Sorry, 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah. There's kind of question marks though, Lev. Again,
Go on, Brandon.
like I'm saying, because this is the first time that we've seen Mikel Arteta's full squad, as in like the players that he has brought in playing together. So,
yeah, but hold on, Brandon. You've been firmly in the camp. Am I mistaken? You've been firmly in the get him out camp. Now you're saying, well, hold on a minute. He hasn't really had his full team.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's still question marks, because you look at that performance today, and you listen to what Arteta was saying in press conferences and stuff like that. How he needs his players. He has a certain style of play, but he can't really play that way with the players that he's got. Now that he's got that squad, and we've seen it for the first time today, he has to prove now that he can do that on a consistent basis. If he
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's maybe a different
that's a heavy
story.
point, and this is my worry, because at the end of the day, I don't see it being a regular performance. Yeah.
So you still think he's going to come? You still think he's going to fall short?
Yeah, because
I still think he will fall short as well.
Yeah.
Boy, guys, he's just won 3 games back to back, 9 points.
Yeah, but like like Brandon is saying, right? Brandon is correct, 100%. We're expected to beat Tottenham.
We had a free kick against Burnley that we scored, and we had we just beat Norwich, and Norwich could have had a penalty and made it 1-1.
All right, so where do you guys turn around then and say? And I'm only asking because obviously, listen, I was fully behind Arteta, and then as the time's gone on, I've started to have my doubts, and I still believe firmly that this squad should be achieving more than it has been achieving. Personally, okay, you could argue there's been a lot of injuries and ins and outs and whatever. We've been
but that's
asking
part of the
for
game, though.
Yeah, but hold on, and the other thing I've got as well is the replacement of a right back has taken far too long. It should have been done a season or 2 before, so we could argue that case that should have been taken.
I mean, I don't have an issue with losing to Chelsea and City. My issue is, I mean, like I said, we shouldn't lose to Brentford. We can't make an excuse. You know what I mean? Brentford.
No, I agree with you.
I have an issue with losing to any team. I think the problem is there's no consistency in the style of play, and like Brandon said, like beating Spurs like 3-1. I mean, don't get me wrong, the players are going to be up for this game. That's why you see the intensity and the level, kind of stepped up. And obviously, Spurs were just horrific. Like, let's just be realistic. They weren't. It's not like we beat a team that came to the Emirates and Spurs were playing like they did against Man City when they you kind of nicked them aside. I think my opinion is going to change when I see consistent, good football, like really good movement, passing, winning games convincingly. And all of this nonsense about like, well, like let's just scrape a win. It's good to see a team just winning the hard way. No, that just means that we're clearly not doing as good as we should be doing. And I don't think he's the manager to take us forward. And people are going to see that as being negative because people are obsessed with this guy. It's a personal thing. I don't think people there's no one that can come in with a convincing argument to say why this guy is doing a great job or he is the guy to take us forward. They're just obsessed with him personally. I see it.
Okay, but hold on.
For me, he's not a legend either.
No,
he was a bang average footballer.
He's not an Arsenal legend.
In a drop of sale, basically.
Yeah, he's not an Arsenal legend. He's not even close to being an Arsenal legend. You want to talk about midfielders being an Arsenal legend, you talk about Vieiras and people like that. You don't talk about.
But I think the fan base like him because they see him as a legend. It's the
young fan base. It's the fans.
Okay, so what? Where do we actually draw a line going the other way? Because we've all been asking drawing a line going downwards. Where do we draw the line with him going? Where do we draw the line the other way as fans to say, actually, yeah, he's actually a good manager, Brandon?
Let's just put it this way. Like I said, this is the first time that we've seen his squad. If he'd have lost that game today, it would have been a complete disaster because these are his players now. He has no more excuses. That is his squad. That is the squad that he's been building and he's spent 200 odd million pound on. So if he'd have lost that game today, bearing in mind that Tottenham are, they've lost their previous 2 games. They look horrific. And, like I said, they haven't beaten us at the Emirates since 2010. Then a lot of us would be sitting here saying, it's a completely different matter. But now that we've seen that, it's a question of, can we see it on a consistent basis? Can these players get up for the games against the likes of Brighton, Everton, teams that don't mean as much to beat as what Tottenham does? And that's the question marks that we've got.
All right, don't you look at that team now, right? And don't we look at this team now and actually think to ourselves, okay, there is some potential there. Surely you've got to look at it and go, right, we've got Tomiyasu on the right now, got Tierney on the left, you've got Gabriel and White, and I like them because all those defenders are aggressive. They want to win the ball first. They sometimes they gamble to try and win the ball, and I like that. I genuinely like that. Now, surely you look at that and you think, oh, with Partey in front of that, and with Ramsdale, with the addition of Ramsdale, who's better on the distribution, seems to expect more from the defense and be more vocal with the defense. Do we not look at that now and go, hold on, there is a foundation there. There is something we could build. Whether or not Arteta is the man to take it forward.
Players. These are top quality players.
They are, but look, this is what I'm saying, Maximus. Do you not look at that now and go, hold on a minute, we've got a team
top quality players, but my issue is the manager, because he's too cautious. He won't go out there and play an attacking team where you play one defensive midfielder, for example. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, he has. Wait. In his defense, he has done that the last couple of games. He's played Partey with Odegaard.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I think Odegaard should be playing higher up the pitch, and that's just me. That's a personal opinion. But then again, like I said, he's the manager. But however, I think if you look at this, right, like, I think in the next couple of weeks, just to Brandon's point about, him having his own team, which is, I think, is a cop-out excuse for Arteta anyway. This fan base is just they're going to make excuses for him. Regardless, I'm telling you, it's going to be one thing or the other. Like, like one midfielder goes down, oh, he didn't have this guy. Oh, aubameyang was sick with something. The problem is there's no consistent style of play. Like, there's no philosophy there. Like, people want to believe it's there. And I'm not blaming the younger fan base, but I don't believe a lot of these fans you see coming on, even on your show, saying, well, like Arteta is doing a great job and I want to give him time. It's because they haven't really seen Arsenal at its peak. They haven't. This is actually the shadow of a club that I knew. I'm telling you, even in the era when we lost
Henry days.
Yeah, even when we lost Henry, we were playing fantastic football with Cech and Robin van Persie.
Yeah, we were dominating possession, but we were dominating possession and still losing games.
But we were creating the most chances in Europe and scoring the most goals in the Premier League, and we finished in the top 4, despite Wenger being a horrible manager, some people would say, right? We were finishing in the top 4, scoring the most goals and playing sexy football. No, we don't have any of those things. And we have better players.
Maximum, whatever your name is right. There is no.
It's Maximus Genitalia. You could call him Big Dick for short if you want.
We look good today, but I'm saying, I'm sure Brad would agree with this.
We've got a couple of more guys to bring in as well.
Boring.
Guys, I've got a couple more guys I'm going to bring in, yeah? I appreciate Arsenal God what you're saying. I'm going to try and bring in some more guys waiting. We've got about 5-10 minutes to go. Arsenal God, sorry to cut you short, brother. Respect for coming on. Thank you for your views. Much love. Please come on the next one, yeah? Brandon, I'm going to give you a break as well. And we're going to go with a very relaxed-looking Marwan. He's looking like he looks like he's won one of those game shows. Marwan, come on down. He's like he's losing himself. Marwan, thanks for coming on, brother. You look like you're really happy. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, I was really happy about our attitude and our play, start of play. this is a real Arsenal. Did you see the first half? We played like fucking Arsenal with Arsene Wenger and the Invincibles. I was really happy for our start of play.
Man, you look happy, man. Look how happy you look. Look at him. Where you calling from, mine?
Egypt.
Egypt, man. Respect to Egypt, man. Respect.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So you're happy. Look, we're all over the world. You're in Egypt. You got the same smile as me. We're all happy. Though. Listen, regardless of what happened, and don't listen to Maximus all the time. He is a realist.
He does. I really respect him, by the way.
Who?
Maximus. He's really realistic about the team. So I really respect his opinion.
We need to get him on camera, though. We need to know who we're talking to, man. He's got this male model that he pretends to be. Like, he's got the voice for it, but I think
he's one of Daniel X's family. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I'll jump on.
We've got another regular as well, Norman, who is looking like he's smiling, and we know that Norman has been an advocate of Arteta, and he's been trying to tell us to wait and bide our time and give him a chance. Norman, this is your opportunity to tell people I told you so.
Well, listen, it's gonna sound weird, but I actually agree with Maxim a lot what he said. Yeah, it's true.
You come on here every week telling us we should be waiting, and now you're telling me you agree with Maximus. The first time you can come on here, then we won a game.
True. I understand what you're saying, but so Maxim always says that our biggest problem is the owners, and I completely agree with that. They are unambitious, and probably this is what got Arteta the job, right, in the first place. I also agree when last time he said Arteta shouldn't be in the job. I agree with that too. Last year against Villarreal, when we got knocked out. I don't think anybody would have been disappointed if Arteta goes, including me. But since that, when it comes to judging Arteta, I think when he arrived at the first, we were 8th. We were in the middle of the season. We were 8th, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna get top 6 or top 4. Just use that half a year he got there, use it for experiment and try to do well in the cups, win a cup. And I believe he did that. Following year was absolutely terrible. We were missing our best defender, Tierney, a lot. We missed our best midfielder, Partey, a lot. We missed aubameyang a lot. So it was one good year after that one bad year. I think this is the make it or break it year for Arteta. I completely agree with that too. He knows he needs to be better. And what I have seen so far, in the first 3 games, he just didn't have a fair shot. He didn't have a fair fight. Now he's got his team back, and I think he's turning it around. It looks like it. I know we just played.
It's only the first three games that he's sort of got his team back. But in order to convince the likes of Maximus and other fans, including myself at this moment, because you know, 1 or 2 decent games for me, Norwich is still Norwich, Burnley is still Burnley, we're still Arsenal, right? Yeah. So for me, I need to see more than just these 3 wins. I did predict 9 points on the Monday's show, and I'm the only one who's got that. So I'm gonna hit them boys with it on Monday. But for me, he needs to be doing this for months, and we need to be in that top half of the table, pushing for the top 4 for me to say, okay, maybe he needs more time. Personally, I'm just happy our team's turned the corner a little bit. Does it mean that we're out of the woods yet? No. Do I think that if we had another manager come in, he's acquiring a better squad than some people maybe imagined? Yes, we've actually got a bloody good squad here. You could take out Xhaka, put Lokonga in, and I'm happier with that. But then again, you could have Xhaka as a backup. Maybe that's better than we had last season, for example, right?
That's where I disagree with Maxim, unfortunately. I don't think this squad is as good as we make it out.
I think so? I think we have an excellent squad. I really, truly do believe that.
Yeah, you said we should be able to reach top 4, I believe, last time, Maxim.
No, I truly believe that, and it's not even me being delusional.
But then, please, Maxim, name me just 2 players who would make it in any of the top 4 squads. Those top 14. Just two names.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
No,
this is a very, very good question. I'll
It
be
is
very
a good
honest.
question.
It's a very good question.
But
I
at
think
the same time, you can't really, in Maximus's defense, you can't really throw in the likes of Tomiyasu, White, and Gabriel, and all these.
But there is a
people
reason why not.
Yeah, but you can't because they haven't been playing.
Okay, so I'll give you just a contrast. I'll tell you. Okay, so
Saka?
I do respect. I actually don't think Saka would, but I'll tell you.
No.
I'll say this to you: when we were finishing in the top 4, we looked at the squad that we had at the time. Do you think any of those players in our back 4, like Squillaci and all of the other dross that we had at the time, would have gotten into Man U, Liverpool, or any of the other top 4 or top 16 for that matter? It was all based on the system that we had, right? The system was consistent where we would create enough chances. I actually at one point used to think Adebayo was the biggest joke in the Premier League, and the guy was still bagging 25 goals because the system allowed him to do that and flourish. So just to preface something quickly, Lev, I really don't want to take up your
No, bro, no, we need to close it off anyway.
Because people think that I spew negativity. Let me just say something.
No, man.
I'll just
You're
say this.
being
Though. I'll
realistic.
say this. I'll say this. Before we hired Emery, I had a group chat with a bunch of my mates back in the UK because I moved away from the UK, and I said to them, we should be looking at Arteta. This is the joke. They laughed their faces off, and my friends in there, a couple of them are Spurs fans, etc. I said, this guy's been learning under Pep. He understood the philosophy that Wenger had. Why would we not want to get this guy in? Emery was sacked. I was the biggest advocate for Arteta. I have looked at the style of play that he has now started to roll out onto our team, and I'm like, I have to be realistic. I supported him, but I'm for me personally, I care about Arsenal. I don't care about all of these personal vendettas. I don't have to. I care about the team and the long-term goal. So now my opinions have changed just because I supported the guy in the past and wanted him in. I have not. You cannot convince me that he is the guy to take us forward. I feel like after this long period, we still haven't seen consistencies in our style of play. And I'm not here to put a down on people's day. We've done fantastic. It's great to beat the Spurs. I'm super happy about it. We played fantastic in the first half. I just still have concerns, and I just don't think that. I think by December, I think we're going to be pretty much around the same position that we were last season. And people are going to find that surprising. I look at the fixtures that we have coming up. I'm telling you, a lot of those games, I don't see us beating Brighton. I'll be very, very honest. If you looked at Brighton this season, we're not beating these guys. I'm telling you. It will take one hell of a performance from us and a hell of a step up for us to beat them.
Listen, guys, I personally think Maximus is right in the sense that this squad is better than people think, right? It is. It is better than what people think. I don't think Arteta has got the most out of this particular squad. However, at the same time, if he continues to get the wins, then we're going to have to back him. It's as simple as that. We need to back our team first and foremost, and it's okay to change your mind. We all make mistakes. Listen, how many fans here would have thought Pepe was going to be a world beater, then he wasn't, or you thought this player was going to be rubbish, but he turned out to be good? You never get it right, and there's no embarrassment to say, oh, actually, someone's changed my mind, either for the better or for the worse. There's nothing wrong with it, and I hate the term flip-flop and all this crap. Nobody gets it right 100% of the time. So listen, the main thing is we won today. We beat the scum. We've gone above them. We had to get 2 goals or more. We've gone above them. I think we're only 5 points behind the top teams. The only person that can convince us that he's right for this job is Arteta. And the only way he's going to do that is by continually getting the results. He's run out of excuses. We've got our full team back. Everybody is back now. So this is it for him. He's got the next few months to convince us, and that's all there is to it. I personally think we'll continue this and do well against Brighton. Anyone want to leave last final words, because it's time to go. I've got things to do, and I want to go and enjoy this. So, Max, Norman, anything you want to add before you go, mate?
Yes, I just want to quickly react on what Max said, that the style of game is not, he doesn't like it. I'll be completely honest, and it's just me. I don't care how we win. I don't care anymore. I was entertained with beautiful football for a decade in the Fabregas era, and it didn't take us anywhere. Meanwhile, I was watching Manchester United and Chelsea playing some shit football, mate, and they were lifting trophies. I don't care how we win anymore.
There you go,
Honestly.
Maximus. He don't care if we play
No,
shit
you know
as
what?
long
I've
as we
heard that. A
win.
lot of my friends are like that because I used to be in the same boat where I would laugh and be like, "We're playing sexy football."
Maybe we got spoiled, Maximus. Maybe we
Yeah,
were
I've
spoiled.
said that, but at the same time, I do believe it's not even about playing sexy football. What I'm saying is, we're not creating chances though. Like, if you look
Yeah,
at the
really?
chances, we were last season, we were third bottom of the league.
Yeah,
I
but
think
today we
for chances
created.
created.
We were looking better today.
Against Norwich and Burnley as well. Just
And
recently.
Spurs are the lowest in creating chances at the moment.
They are also.
They're also Harry Kane had the fewest touches of the ball and all sorts. So
yeah, I thought they kept him.
yeah, very well. He's got to go. Marianne, do you want to say anything before we let you go as well?
No, I just want to say I'm gonna be positive and behind Michael Arteta because he's really a good coach, but he's inexperienced. But I'm gonna be supporting him till December, and we will see. We will see. But I have faith in this team. It's really a quality team, and it's really creative team. I hope we go in the top 4. But I know I'm dreaming. But I hope this team is really, really, really better than most of the top 6. I'm just saying. Only Chelsea and City are better, but this team really can go there. That's it.
He's going top 4. You're saying top 6. Maximus, anything else you want to add before we let you go, bro? Bring down the tone.
No, like I said, I think great win. I think great win today. I'm actually thrilled that we won the game.
Nice one, bro.
Because yeah, I'd be down despite where we are. I'd be pretty down if we lost the Spurs, especially the fact that they're that bad. But I really hope there's just some level of consistency moving forward. If I see that, then I can support the manager and I'll be like, you know what? Maybe he's turned things around. He's gotten the players that he wanted. Let's see if that actually comes to fruition. I believe that? I don't believe it. But we'll see.
Well, look, guys, we've been going at this for just over an hour. I'm gonna go and enjoy my derby win today. You guys do the same, yeah? Whether you're in Egypt, whether you're in London, whether you're in Bangladesh, wherever you are, if you're a Gooner, today's a day. Savor it. Yes, savor today. And then we'll worry about the rest as they come in the following week. So come on, you Gunners. Well done today. 3-1 Arsenal. We're out of here, loungers. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers for having me, man. Have a good one.
No, peace, all of you. Let's do this again next match.